Hello, my friends, and welcome back to our continued Let's Play of Silent Hill F. My name is the FlightlessBird. This is your story-based gaming channel, and today we are going for our second run. Now, I've already been told on Discord or a comment on YouTube, one of the two. Thank you all for being the #1 YouTube community, all YouTube, that there are differences on my first playthrough and the second playthrough. However, when we do a new game, we cannot do anything easier than story mode difficulty. I do plan on ramping up the difficulty in riddles just to see what they're like, and we can always use a guide online if I feel I'm stuck. So I'm not really worried about that. I mean, once you do a first playthrough, a second playthrough and everything, you don't have to feel so much about those type of things. I am going for ending number 5 first, which is the UFO ending. Now you may say, why am I going through ending number 5 first? The reason is because the UFO endings, the game ends when you get the UFO ending, so you don't actually need to beat the game the normal way. I'm assuming that's true here as well. So it'll be easier for us to beat the game twice to unlock this. And by this, I mean this, which is complete 2 different full endings. Now, I don't know a full ending, if this counts, but I'm assuming it does. Because if it does, then I can beat this game on this ending. And then all 3 of these, I don't need to play through the entire game 5 times. On the 3rd playthrough of the game, I can play through until I get to the Sacred Sword, and then create 2 different save slots. And then whatever this one is, create another save slot. So that way I don't need to replay the beginning of the game again. I just have to replay from whatever these points in the game are. So that's my overall strategy to getting all the endings in the game. And then once I get all the endings in the game, then I'll make one final ending guide, basically saying, okay, this is how you get all the endings step by step, and we'll just have one video with all 5 endings. So if you want to just skip through these and just come back later, it's no big deal. I'm not going to fault you. But we are going to have some fun here. I'm going to probably cut out anything that I feel is overly unnecessary. For example, you know, when we go through the game, when we get the UFO ending, then I may cut out everything up to that point in the game in our next run, because we've already seen it with the UFO ending. And then once we do the 3rd ending, if anything's still the same for the 4th, you know, I'll cut that out and so on and so forth. So with that said, we're going to go ahead, and I don't know exactly how to do this. I assume we just load here. Yep, we just load here, and then we choose the Lost in the Fog. I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this. I'm just going to stick to the story. Like I said, puzzle Lost in the Fog. We'll have some fun with that. I hope you're all having a wonderful, fantastic, amazing, awesome day today.
Hey, did you know that when a girl grows up, she has to get married? It's her job.
It's not a job. Don't you want to get married, Hinako?
I don't know. Maybe not. It doesn't sound fun when Daddy talks about it.
Kind of like homework, huh?
If he tells me I have to, then I don't wanna.
Yeah, because we're going for the
Thanks
UFO
for
ending.
waiting.
The pink bunny outfit
Junko,
seemed appropriate for this run.
did something happen?
And then I'm probably going to go to the blue one for the remaining runs.
Just reminiscing a little.
So we'll see all the
About,
costumes.
You know, when we were kids, you always looked out for me. Hinako, Here, this is for you. It's beautiful. Thank you.
The UFO ending. In order to get the UFO ending, we had to interact with all of the movie posters in the correct order, which is key because you can actually interact with one ahead of time, but you have to do it in the correct order of sequences. And apparently there's many broadcasts, but we only need to listen to one. Let's go.
It's settled. We will decide everything from here on out.
But dear, what about how Hinako feels?
We're never gonna get another chance like this. What could possibly make Hinako happier? Nothing.
Was this?
Where do you think you're going? We're not done here, young lady.
But still, who would have guessed that Hinako would...
She's going to do as she's told for once and help me pay off this debt. We won't have to worry about money ever again.
Darling, please, keep it down. Hinako will hear you.
Seems different from last time. Because last time she was told, like, to leave, right?
There's no way. Never.
Okay, so... The first one doesn't really happen until we get monsters. Oh! Forgot about this. Formidable foe. That's right, we haven't read about this. An intimidating monster that appears in Shuramuku, a traditional great white wedding kimono. It uses a grand fox arm to compel others to obey. Looks down on me, denies my existence, but at the same time it pities me like it thinks better than me or something. Don't look down on me. You're no better. And all of this is the same. Look at equipment. We have no weapons that carry over, but all of these can carry over. So light attacks, max health, perfect dodges. I kind of like those. None of our items carried over. So we have our brooch. The very old and precious brooch seems to have reassuring power. And we have the rest inventory capacity. Now, I'm not going to be following a guide to find everything. I'm not going to be super obsessive like that in what we find. Yeah, I would like to get all the story, don't get me wrong. But at the same time, my priority is going to be to get all the endings. And when I follow guides, the problem with following guides step by step, from what I've experienced, is the game no longer becomes fun. It becomes just robotic in a sense. Go here, find this. Go here, find that, etc., etc. That's kind of why, like, when we played Until Dawn, it was a lot of fun because Zappa was with us. And Zappa would help me, like, find things. Local doctors note, a fox's wedding is common expression used at times when it rains while the sun is still shining. According to the older folk here in Ebisugaoka, however, it also used the expression for when a young girl was spirited away. Interesting. So the wedding, when it rains but the sun is still shining, when the girl is spirited away. Folklore pertaining to gods and spirits become infuriated with human woman is not something unique to Japan. It can be found across the world. Ebisugaoka is no exception to this. Even here, there are tales of young girls being taken away on a fox's wedding and disappearing forever. During the Meiji and Taisho periods, the town elders would apparently reassure the families of missing daughters that they have been swept away by a fox lord and are now enjoying a life of luxury without care. I think that's what we were doing. Like the whole hallucinogenic break and all that we experienced, the whole fox thing. We were wishing that we were being spirited away. Because if we were spirited away, that means we won't have to deal with the reality of being sold off to a forced marriage in order for us to, you know, break free. That's almost like how I feel the game is wanting you to think what happened. A woman is only complete when she's loved. Feature latest version for young women so pure they make even flowers blush. Will I be reading all the stuff we find? I think so, because I'm not sure if anything is new or not. I mean, you can always let me know in the comment section below. Hey, Flightless, you don't need to do that. Everything is set already. Wide open. Is this new? A photo attached to a research journal appears to be a clue collected by a researcher investigating the folklore of Ebisugaoka. Regarding the legend of the sacred sword. Okay, this is the thing the endings are attached to, right? However, it is said the sword's animosity continued to grow even as it remained buried under the earth. So the people erected a sacred barrier around it using Jesus statues as anchors. If one wished to find the sword, they should start by looking for these Jesus statues first. It appears that the barrier works by creating a spiritual harmony that inhibits the sword's animosity. Harmony, yin and yang, the 5 elements of wuxing. During this period, it was thought that everything was composed of 5 elements: wood, fire, earth, metal, and water. Therefore, 5 was the number associated with harmony. In other words, there should be 5 Jesus statues. Are 5 such statues located in this town? I expect tracking them down will prove a tremendous task.
Maybe the old Jizo-sama in town? I'll take a look.
Now, I'm not going to care about that until the next playthrough, because I already know what I want to do here. Need a key. Interesting. Can't open that chest. Maybe there's a key somewhere up here. Hope there's no monsters yet. I have nothing to defend myself at the moment. Everyone's magazine. My father isn't fond of seeing these around. There's some Sakako, but it's too cute for me. Isn't that cute? Everything is so pink here. He always told me play house like a girl should. Balcony key. A key stored on the doll's back seems to open the door next to the room from the balcony. Actually a drop dead beautiful place when it's not full of monsters. I need a key. I need a key for like everything. The balcony key for there. Hacking tips. A book by a well-known expert on how to carry large amounts of supplies, increase inventory capacity. Sweet! That's amazing. A boy's diary. I'm going to be a treasure hunter. I'll make sure of it. And then I'm going to become a millionaire by finding treasure all around the world. And not just finding treasure. A real treasure hunter sometimes take down big scary beasts and bad guys. And don't forget that they have to learn how to escape dangerous traps too. I was playing with the girl that lives next door when mom said to me, she said, what if you leave a scar on her face so nobody will marry her? What's that all about? I think that girl would be a really good treasure hunter though. She always finds a hidden treasure when we play a treasure hide and seek. I want to become treasure hunter with her someday. Treasure hunting game key. A small key, unclear where it opens. Related to the treasure hunt mentioned in Little Boy's diary. Treasure hunt game note. You found this place too, huh? You're getting hot. You could use that noggin of yours. Let the thrill of the hunt keep your spirits high. heck is on the floor? That's weird. Thing just appears on the floor. Empty. Faded bride doll. An old doll in the shape of a bride made from clay. It seems to have been gotten for a long time. This is the treasure. Oh yeah, you got stabbed by my two spirit and died. Anyone looking around here for treasure is no more than fodder for my traps. I guess I found the treasure? Maybe that's one of the 5 things that I need to find according to the, find the legendary sword. You're real good at this. Not any buzzer can find this one. Too bad this isn't treasure. But points are trying. You were so close. Got chocolate for that. Anything else? I don't remember this being a thing. I think I got everything here. So we got the treasure, which was the doll for some reason. Kaboom! He got blown to smithereens by my doo-doo bomb and died. I know a half a brain would know this would be a trap. Let me just look around. Think more, make sure there's nothing else here. Okay.
Where's everyone? What about Chizuruya? Maybe I'll find someone there.
So, I mean, I think this is new information. Because otherwise, why wouldn't the left be highlighted? It says that the kanji for Ebisu in Ebisugaoka holds the meaning of a person who has been migrated from far away. The most fanciful theory for the origin of the town is that it was a once hidden village for Taira clan soldiers who lost the Genpei War. In the town's old customs, there are a few rules that seem like part of a secluded village's code, including things like not owning dogs or washing things in the river. But whether there or not is the truth remains a mystery. Inari-sama statues act as memorials for old or broken tools. It's okay to take these tools for your own as long as you have use for them. This is called kishu, and it's action that's considered virtuous. It's a teaching of Inari-sama to make the most out of tools in any way. You see, all this stuff, it's not highlighted. So if anything's highlighted, then we know that it's something new. Offer the faded bride doll. Sacred sword. Find a damaged user statue in the mountains. A character for Suchi Earth can faintly be seen etched into its own base. I wonder what happened if I offer something that relates to the character. While on the topic of offerings, I remember that I offered my old doll once. My ears were met with a soothing chime of bells upon offering the item this should do. I guess those are things that you offer up. You know, if I make complete videos, I don't know if I'll make an ending guide like I made my other guides for my other Silent Hill playthroughs. Because if I'm running around and find stuff, I may still make a guide just showing all the endings off side by side. That way, if you ever want to see those, you'll have an easy way to see them. But making an ending guide may be a little different this time because in previous Silent Hill games, I didn't replay the game. I played it once on camera, and then the replays were all done off camera. I didn't mean to say I didn't replay the game. Obviously, I replayed the game to get all the endings. I replayed the game multiple
Is
times.
there?
But there's a difference. And I'm just gonna leave everything in. Because, like I said, there's no idea to know what's
Better find another way.
new and what's changed until I do another
There's a
playthrough.
shortcut up ahead.
In which case, the stuff that is I'm already done, you know, then we'll leave those out. There is something really important we have to get here, though, that we can't miss. And that is located not here yet. Because if you miss the thing in chapter 1, you can't get the UFO ending.
I do quite envy her, though. I can't believe it was her. I have to say, I'm rather jealous. Why her of all people? Shh. Someone is going to hear you.
It's a way back. Don't need to do that.
You traitor.
Sakuko.
Where are you off to? Don't usually see you around here.
Honest or trader right off the bat.
A truck was blocking the road.
I wonder if that's term of endearment or
Shizuruya?
that's something else.
I just want to talk to someone.
I'll be there in a bit, okay?
See you.
You traitor.
The first time she said it, we didn't seem to mind. Then she said it all venomous-like. But why do Sakuko seem to hate us so much? I understand Miko is in love with Shu. So there's that, but... Suzutani Mayumi. Last seen wearing all of that. The rest has been torn off.
It's torn. Where'd the driver go?
Now that we also know that there are things that are different from this run, the first run, I definitely want to make sure I scope everything out. It's like an emote thing. It's the same shape.
It's Shu.
That Shu, then we want to look around first. Check everything else out. The more I find on my own, the better I feel. Don't see anything.
Hey, partner.
Shu. Say something.
What about you? Nothing you want to say?
Well, if you don't have anything, neither do I.
It's like he knows she's being
That's my Hinako.
married. And
It's
there's
not like you
tension
just
between them.
let stuff happen, though.
because of that.
But whatever you end up choosing, You know I'll always be there for you.
Shu. Shu, thanks for waiting. And Hinako too. Rinko, what were you guys talking about? Nothing, really.
She said that she just wanted to talk to someone.
It helped too. Oh. Glad to be of service, ma'am. If I had known you'd be here, I would have brought that magazine you lent me. Oh, you can hold on to it. I knew I wasn't getting it back when I lent it to you. What's that supposed to mean? What do you think you're laughing at? You've got something of hers too, don't you? Right?
Wait, did I borrow something? Hey, Hinako, do I get to hold on to the 500 yen I owe you too?
What happened to paying her back with interest?
I never said that. You can't prove I did.
Okay, that does it. If I lend you something, you're signing a contract to give it back.
Don't be such a meanie.
So what is all this? She must already be under like the drugs or something.
But I fell asleep. Soccer girl, when will you go?
To be hallucinating whatever this is. I mean, shoot just to give her a
Hinako?
box.
Sorry.
Kinda look like the pills.
You trip.
That's why I think you just run. I hate this part. I hate being chased by somebody. I've always felt that way, especially when you're not really sure where to go. When the game gives you multiple paths, like there you could have gone right. Right there, I just took damage because the thing, like, got me, but... Like, right there, I think I died the first time in the game. Because I went left instead of straight or something. Don't know how I remember that. I was about to say, where am I supposed to go? I don't know if I fully understand what this fog monster is supposed to be, though. The idea of us being spirited away, perhaps. Got what from Stu? Hey partner, these painkillers should work best for you. They'll not only take care of your headaches, but also any pain from injuries. I expect the main cause behind your nasty headaches is from you unconsciously grinding your teeth when you're upset. Does that sound about right? If you ever need it or anything, just call my name and I'll be there.
It's just like my partner said.
Okay, so those are a trap. We never ever can use those in this game. Or we can't get... Now, I'm not sure about this ending, but these are bad. Best thing you can do, never pick them up, throw them away. Instead, I'll have some healthier RA. Okay, escape from the fog monster. We're getting to the point that we need to be at. Notice they give you a bandage right there, almost like
I need to get back to Sakuko.
almost like saying, hey, instead of using those red capsules, use this bandage. Did I miss that iron pipe the first time? Because I'm pretty sure the first time I ran from enemies because I had nothing to defend myself with. It's gonna get really annoying. Now, once I fill up that that wheel full of items, if I pick up red capsules, not a big deal, because then when I hit L1, I don't have to worry about accidentally using them. Right now, until I get like a toolkit or something.
Who's there? Is that you, Shu?
I'm pretty sure that's our first monster. We are... long shimmy.
Shu!
Yep.
Rinko!
I believe this is the area that we need to go to first. Let's... Wow. That was something. Didn't even warn me about that. Didn't even warn me or anything. The guy was just there. Because I'm pretty sure the first one, the game like warned you about those things. There's another shrine. Okay, avoid the monsters and move ahead. And right now, I think we need to run past this and then loop up, back, and around. Dang it. Like I said, until I get... I can just move over here. Alright. Alright, cool. That'll work. Now they can stack in the other one, and then I rarely ever switch to the other side. So I don't think that's going to be an issue for me. Here. I think this is it right here. I remember this place. Yeah, I remember this place. I even pointed out this place in my first run. Because it was a, Okay, so you have to listen to that full thing in order to get the UFO ending. And then you have to get the next 3 posters in order. And you have to listen to it in full, so don't turn on and then leave. And then the first poster is in the rice fields. And this game calls like chapters. So I assume chapter 3 is Fields Fogtown. And then chapter 5 is Alleyways Fogtown. And then the school they have is chapter 6. So in total, this game has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 chapters according to this thing I'm looking at from game8.co. But it looks like you can complete everything by the 5th chapter. Yeah, so you can complete everything by the 5th chapter. So really, what I should be looking at is how to get these different items that I need for these swords. Because then I can show these off as we go. Let's see. 1 second. This is something that we'll probably want to do as we go through the UFO ending. Just so once I get the UFO ending, I can just skip to the next. The next video will just resume from that spot in chapter 5, as I guess we can call it. Because in every single other ending, you have to get the sacred sword. In order to get the sacred sword, you have to do these like puzzles with these Jizo statue things. So it's just good if I get them now so I can show them off. And that way I won't have to re-show them off a second time or third time through the game. So the next one is when we're heading to Shu's house. It's also when we're on our way to Rinko's house. So we got some time for that. And we got some time until the UFO next puzzle piece as well. Because I know the next puzzle piece is in chapter 3. Which means we got to go to Otherworld first. So we have some time, is basically what I'm trying to say. There are cases where patients see an improvement in their symptoms by not taking medicine, but rather by simply talking to a doctor. Causes phenomenalized undeniably in the trust fostered between practitioner and patient. I have to wonder too, people didn't really know what depression or things were back then. I mean, I remember when I was a kid, and I've talked about in the past, a doctor medically diagnosed me as having depression, and my family thought the doctor was crazy because what would I have to be depressed about? There's nothing in my life which could cause depression according to what we thought at the time. But you can live a very happy life and be surrounded by people who love you and still be depressed because that's not something that you can really control. It's a mental condition. So you just got to wonder if talking to a doctor or talking to someone, because that's one of the best ways to combat depression is to talk to someone. That's what's causing these symptoms to improve. Conclusively, I mean, this is what, 1960s? So, yeah. Conclusively, the pharmacists who have been trusted to ancient times perhaps could be said to contain a similar power to that of the local gods here. Even among the younger generations of this town, there are many who believe praying to Oinari-san will soothe pain and speed up the healing process. Once fortitude of faith is thought to have direct relation to potency. There are even some town elders who claim to have broken bones miraculously mended after praying to Oinari-san. Jump back like that. Kind of sudden. Hi. Somebody just freaking falls from the sky. Yeah, I'm not the scared little girl I was the first time I came through this game. I'm wearing my bunny outfit now. Having that EMA reduced durability on light strikes makes things like knives something you're gonna want to get as soon as possible. Because if you have a knife, well then you can just rip through things. Or a sickle. Sickle would work too. I don't know where all the monsters are. I don't have these things like ingrained in my brain. I'm not watching a video of someone showing me where all the jumps are. In route number 2, these monsters just appear from freaking everywhere. I'm gonna have to make sure I keep things like this food pouch on me. And bandages. Because getting through the game without red capsules, I mean, it did seem like that big of a deal in the first run, because I only started using the red capsules towards mostly the end, because I was just using bandages or whatnot. But there was a time when I did use red capsules pretty reliably to avoid having to use bandages and first aids. Although another good thing about the New Game Plus is it keeps all your stuff, and one of the things it keeps is your inventory space. Household tips are good wife from wise mother. And because it keeps your inventory space, I can carry things like first aid kits and bandages a lot easier this time. And having things like EMAs as well and omamoris allow for, you know, me being able to hold a lot more in terms of other stuff. Bloody key. Can jump out that? Huh. No, there's gotta be a monster around here somewhere. Yeah. Oh my god! That was a perfect dodge. I didn't even try to do it either. That was like just pure instinct. Oh, I still got my butt whooped though. I need to remember that I'm going to have healing issues. A sturdy looking barrel key. Judged from its size, should be able to... I don't think I need to worry about that this run though. Because this run, yeah, I have health issues, sure. But I also have chapter 5, we complete the game. And if we complete the game in chapter 5, then, well, I can use a lot more healing. I can be a lot more stupid in my choices.
This isn't good. I really hope Shu and Rinko are all right.
Although it's best if I try not to be too careful. I mean, I don't want to play this game 50,000 times because I keep dying. Really creepy music. You know, one of the things that's interesting about this game is early on, this game is absolutely terrifying. And it is scary as can be. But I think as the game goes on, it becomes less scary the more actiony it gets. And I think that's again, I talked about the combat before. I think that's a failure in the combat in this game. Because Silent Hill shouldn't feel like that. But I feel it does. Like, I think it hits a point where you kind of know what to expect. So it's not as bad. Okay, things like chocolate restores sand. I don't worry about that. These restore health. So Yokan and bandages are stuff that I probably want to hang on to. So my new game plus is down there, so I don't need to worry about that. I mean, to have a complete save file, I think that string represents all your endings. So to have a complete save file, you would need to get, you know, all the endings on one save file. I'm probably not going to do that. Like I said, I'll probably just create a master save at the sword and then just replay that last half part of the game.
What a weird box.
The heck? What is this? Diary of Revenge. According to the Nihon Shoki, one of Japan's most ancient history books, Yamada no Orochi, a colossal 8-headed dragon, demanded the sacrifice of few young girls for it to devour. Yeah, Orochi, it's a common monster. I've seen those before. Upon hearing this, the wild deity, Susanoo no Mikoto, brought 8 barrels of sake to the dragon and lured it into drinking them. Once Yamata no Orochi had become intoxicated, he slew the dragon by chopping off all 8 heads. However, and according to Ebisugaoka's oldest historical records, after being decapitated, one of Yamata no Orochi's heads flew far west and fell between the mountains of Higa no Kuni. The head eventually came back to life as a poison water dragon that plagued the land for many years to come. Higa no Kuni is known as Ebisugaoka. There are records of toxic gas leaks from the underground water streams in the past. Highly possible this is where the legend of poisonous water dragons stem from. I wonder if we're like all being poisoned, like the entire town is being poisoned. However, while local records state that Yamata no Orochi's head flew there, is no mention of this in the Nihon Shoki. Hard not to surprise that some shameless individuals put a religious spin on the noxious leaks to turn a profit and falsify connections using famous literature to solidify their claim. Hey, we got an EMA in that too.
It opened.
That's fantastic. What do we want to use this EMA for? It would be nice to get an increase on Momori slots. But some of these can do some really cool stuff. Getting more health could be good too. But I think I'm going to save up for an increase in Omomori. Just give me some more versatility. I mean, one of our current Omomoris is actually a health up. So technically speaking, we could just replace that health up with, you know, the other thing. Okay, yeah, we got a kitchen knife. We're rocking that. See? 3 hits. Telling you, knives are super good in this game. They pack up punch. And they can allow you to cut through an enemy incredibly quickly. Especially if you have that item that makes it so that your durability doesn't go very down. That is like the best Omomori in the game. If I was ranking Omomoris, I think that one gets first place for me so far. I think it's called the Spider. Saw one right here. Yep. Yep. I knew I saw one right there. Because early on, you don't have a lot to defend yourself with, and the enemies are really terrifying. And you don't really understand how combat works either. And since you don't understand how combat works, you're probably more klutzy and everything trying to figure it out, and therefore the enemies seem just horrifying. Enemies also seem to have varied health. Because that one took 2 hits, the other one took 3. See how much easier this is with that. The durability of this weapon would be so much lower if it wasn't for that. What is it called? It's called the it's called the Omomori Spider. Yeah, the spider one is great. And of course this is nice. If I were going to get a new Omomori, what would it be? Probably the crow for more HP. Use the enemy weapons with high durability. I don't think this counts as a knife. Decrease the amount of stamina consumed while sprinting in fights. That could be good too. Especially if I want to get away from enemies and not have to fight them. Especially in a Take-Two playthrough where you don't really feel like having to fight every single enemy who comes your way. And just get the heck out. Wait, we got a baseball bat already? That was not in the original, was it? I'm pretty sure there were no baseball bats early on. Aramine is Sandy. Don't really care much about that. I mean, yeah, I use stamina, sure. I mean, use Sandy, sure, but it's not really such a big thing. I do think I'm probably just gonna use a guy for the stick aircraft and not try to figure it out with the and the fog. The aircraft one is just really confusing.
Since you were little, you dreamed of a different life. A family that owned a candy store. Instead of some stuffy old shrine. And here, it's all yours. As much candy as you could ever want. Sweet dreams. Sakuko. Go home. The store's closed for the day. Sakuko. Even if you're gone, I'll keep my promise. No matter what.
Oh, she actually picked up the knife. Look at that, 2 hits. Oh, yeah, the knife is so good. Hold to skip new cutscene? Hold to skip new cutscenes? What does that mean? By the way, if you do like your video here, don't forget to hit the thumbs up to like the video and subscribe. Much appreciated. Thank you all so much.
So that our clan may prosper.
Oh, I forgot about this puzzle. Thought the scarecrow was the first one.
Where am I? What's this?
Nothing? There's nothing except this. Kuzu, respected by all and a leader of people, was wed to Pine. Plum, loved by all and always at the center of any group, was wed to Bamboo. Chrysanthemum, who had no mate, spent their days studying under Kuzu and became known as the Sage of the East. Let the prosperity of our clan be eternal. Okay. So... Plum, loved by all, was always at the center of any group, was wed to Bamboo. So Plum and Bamboo had to be next to each other. Kuzu and Pine are next to each other. Chrysanthemum had no mate, spent their days studying under Kuzu, and became known as the Sage of the East. So Chrysanthemum is all the way to the right. Hold on. So Chrysanthemum is all the way to the right, followed by Kuzu. And then next to Kuzu is Pine. And next to Pine is Plum. And Bamboo is on the far left. So it should be Bamboo, Plum, Pine, Kuzu, Chrysanthemum. I'm reading that correctly. Only problem is I really don't know which of these is. Like, you really have to know what those flowers are. Yeah, you have to know what the flowers are of each in order to put them. And I don't know what Bamboo, Plum, Pine, Kuzu, and Chrysanthemum look like. Last time I like Googled each image. And that's cool. But I want to know, did I get the order right though? Like, is my order correct? Because if my order is correct, then I feel great because I saw the puzzle. My order is not correct, well then I totally missed it. So let's see. Let me check this one more time before I look this up. So Plum. No, this can't be right. I have Plum as second. Plum has to be in the middle because it's always loved by everyone. So hold on. So Plum has to be third. It was Wed to Bamboo. So Bamboo is either second or fourth. Chrysanthemum had no mate, spent their days studying under Kuzu, became known as the Sage of the East. The Chrysanthemum has to be all the way to the right, because that's east. Studied under Kuzu. So 4 has to be Kuzu. And then Pine would be 1, but I had Pine at 3. Was what to Pine? So Kuzu would have to be second then. Pine would be first. And then Bamboo would be 4. So Plum led by all was always the center of the group. So in the middle. And then Wed to Bamboo. Bamboo would be 4. Chrysanthemum had no mate, so would all the way be to the right. It says studying under Kuzu. So what it could be is the first one could either be Kuzu / Pine. And the second one could be Kuzu / Pine. And then it could be Plum, Bam, and Chrysanthemum. So in order for me to say I get a point for getting this puzzle correct, I have to get Plum, Bamboo, and Chrysanthemum in the right order, 3, 4, and 5. If they're 3, 4, and 5, then I could easily check the other two, Kuzu and Pine, by just switching them. So I'm going to say I got the point right if I got those other 3 correct. Let's see. I'm not even going to guess on the shapes, by the way. I'm not even going to... I mean, I could... I know how to look up the shapes. I know you're supposed to look here. And you're supposed to find... Okay, well, what leaf is that? I understand all that. I'm just going to skip that because... I understand how to find that on the puzzle already, so it's not a big deal. So the robe has Plum. Should be in the middle. I got that one right. The urn has... a flower design in the bottom, so it's Chrysanthemum, which goes on the easternmost lower right, which is where I had it. Okay, so if I'm 2 for 2. The dead rat is wrapped in leaves, and Kuzu is the only leafy plant here. Since Chrysanthemum is studying under Kuzu, the dead rat has to be placed above the urn on the top right. Darn, I got the puzzle wrong. I said Bamboo had to be here. That makes the sense, though. It does make sense. I wasn't looking at it like this. I was just looking at it in a 1 through 5 way. Because then, the back left here, if I'm correct, the back left there would be Pine. And then the front right would be, Bamboo. The dried fish has Pine. It goes on the top left. Yeah. Okay, I almost got it. I'm going to give myself a half a point on this one. Because if I would have realized that it wasn't just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but it was actually a zigzag, it's my fault for not looking. But I think if I would have realized it was zigzag, I probably would have gotten it. And of course, knowing what leafy plants are and what all that is, that's a simple Google search of looking up plants, trying to figure out what plants are what. I still like the puzzle overall. Not my favorite puzzle in the game, but I do like it. I'm not a huge fan of the, whatchamacallit, the need to know what plants are in order to solve it, but I still think it's not a bad puzzle. Run, 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 run. So it's like withdrawal symptoms almost. She hasn't been taking the pills.
Locked. Help! Anybody! Please. It's stuck. It won't open.
That's enough. Leave me alone. I'll open it.
Open it! Open it!
Good morning. That must have been some nightmare.
Nightmare?
Are you injured? You must not be so reckless. You should take better care of yourself.
Thanks.
Shall we get going, Hinako?
Where?
What's wrong? This way.
What's that?
Now, these parts of the game is a little frustrating because enemies reform. So this guy that creepy crawls you, he's always gonna be there attacking you, no matter what you do, because
All the time you need.
well, you ain't do anything about it. And this is not one of the easy guys too. This is one of the really fast, big ones. But we do have the Ima that allows us quick attacks. What if we could solve the puzzle before the guy gets here? You're kind of looking for a fish in a barrel, though.
Hinako. Follow me.
I can. Nari statue laughing? Creepy.
Wait. What's this shrine?
I have prepared a key for you. This way.
There's something about preparing a key. Must have had something in his mouth.
This way, Hinako.
Can't see a dang thing. I know the monster doesn't come yet, so. Thanks for shutting the door on me, jerk.
It's locked.
What a jerk. Look for any hints. Alright, but I will probably stop here for the night, though. Thank you for everything, my dear friends. I hope you have a wonderful, fantastic, amazing, awesome day. And we'll be back with some more Silent Hill F very soon. And until then, so long, and take care. Thank you for watching this video and being the #1 YouTube community in all of YouTube. Feel free to comment on what you saw and what you would like to see next. I always love to hear from you. And remember that you matter, you are brilliant, and you are loved. Always be true to yourself and never let the world tell you any different. Much love to you from your friendly, feathered, flightless bird.